If you're a small business owner or a small business employee, you understand the importance of flexibility. Sometimes you just can't be in the office, and that's where remote access comes in. You'll be able to access your computers from anywhere in the world with something like LogMeIn Free, which can be installed on any of your work computers. Then, using LogMeIn Central, you can access those computers from anywhere in the world, just using a web browser. Or, if you're at a public computer, like an internet cafe, you can use something like LogMeIn Ignition on a USB key, or even through your mobile phone. But we've got a little bit of preparation to do before we can get to that point, so you can use your work computer from home. And it doesn't matter whether you're a manager or an employee, you can use your work computer just as though you were sitting there at your desk using LogMeIn Central and LogMeIn Pro or LogMeIn Free. If you're a manager, you can see who's online, you can even keep track of what they're doing. And if you're an employee, it's just as though you're sitting there at your desk using your normal computer. So the first step to do this is to install LogMeIn on all the computers you want to use. So that's what we'll do now.
In order to use LogMeIn, you need to first install it on your computer. To do that, you just head to the LogMeIn website, which is www.logmein.com. And once you're there, from the products menu, you'll need to select LogMeIn Free. To install it, just click the download button and then fill in your email and a password. LogMeIn will tell you whether your password is strong enough as you enter it. Once you create a LogMeIn account, you'll be able to download the software, and it should start setting up all by itself. The file setup will only take a few minutes. Just choose to install, and you're good to go.
Once you've set up your own LogMeIn account, you need to set up LogMeIn on every computer that you want to be able to access. So the computer that you access is called the host, and like any host would, it welcomes you in to let you use it remotely. Using LogMeIn, you can access it from any web-enabled browser anywhere in the world. You can run LogMeIn Pro or LogMeIn Free, and the difference is that with LogMeIn Pro you get a few extra features such as file sharing and remote printing. But we're going to set things up with LogMeIn Free, which is very straightforward. First off, you'll need to log into your LogMeIn account. The first time you log into LogMeIn Central, you'll need to go to Products, LogMeIn Central, and then click Try for Free button. Every other time that you log into it, you'll just be able to click the Use LogMeIn Central button. So now that we've installed LogMeIn on our local computer, you need to add further computers, which you do from the Deployment tab. You'll be adding computers, and you can even add groups if you want certain people to only be able to access certain computers in your network. Once we get to the Deployment tab, what you need to do is to send everybody the installation package for LogMeIn so that they can put it all on their own computer. There's a few ways in which you can do this. First off, you'll need to give it a really useful name, obviously. And from there, you'll want to choose LogMeIn Free as the subscription that everyone has. That way, people can use it for an unlimited time period, and you can add as many computers as you like. If you have groups, you can add them here. We've set up a payroll group, so we could set it so that only the payroll people could access the computers. And once you're done, you'll get a link. You can also choose to add an installer file or a command file if you want to take it around on a USB key to everybody's computer, but we've used a link so that you can test it out, make sure that it works, and then anyone who goes to that link will be able to install LogMeIn on their computer really simply. So we're just testing the link here, just to make sure that the installation works, which it does. We can cancel out of that and go back to send our link to everybody. Once you click Send Email with Link, you'll be prompted to set up whoever you want to send the email to. Feel free to add a message of your own just to make sure everyone knows what you're up to, and send it out. So, once everybody has installed LogMeIn onto their computers, it's time to go to the user panel and make sure that you invite everybody to be able to use LogMeIn Central. Once people can log in to LogMeIn Central, they can then click on any of the computers that are now added to use them from anywhere in the world. You need to send an email invite to each of the people who you want to be able to connect to computers remotely. So we're just adding in a few of our work colleagues here, and you'll get a chance to select what kind of access they have, both in terms of what groups of computers they can access, but also what kind of access they get to them. For some people, you may want them to be able to access just the interface, so they just log into the computers. For others, you may want them to be able to see whether they can deploy other people's computers, whether they can see reports, or whether they get access to other security features. We're just going to give people access to computers for the moment. Once we're set up, we preview our invitation email to make sure everything looks right, and if it does, we can send it out to everybody so that they then have access to LogMeIn Central as well. On the user pane then, you'll see who has access, who's waiting for access, and at any given time you'll be able to check who's logged in and when, and how often to get an idea of what's going on with your remote access. You can also check which computers are active at any given time and click to see which computers you can access. There are a number of other features of LogMeIn Central which we're not going to go through right now, but you should feel free to explore them at your leisure. It's hard to do anything terribly wrong while you're playing with them. So that's really all there is to it. Once everything is set up, any of your users can then log in to the LogMeIn website, and from that site they'll be able to click on any computer in the list to access it directly through their browser. With LogMeIn Ignition, you can log in from a mobile phone. All you'll need to do is log into your LogMeIn account and then log into your computer using your usual username and password. You'll be able to pinch to zoom and use other commands just as you would on your desktop.
And it's that easy to work from home. Keep an eye on the PC Authority site for other how-tos coming up.